little bit.
Bind me, gag me, take me to the bunny ranch. People dying, kill me in the packing house.
Question and answer day.
There you go.
Questions.
Oh, boy. There you go. You guys are lucky. I put a volume limiter on this show. Welcome to Bunny Ears. I'm Matt Cohen, joined, as always, by...
JTT.
Straight up JTT this week.
Yeah, no joke. Straight up JTT.
Straight up JTT, yo. That's a great tattoo.
Oh, thanks. Straight up JTT, yo.
Yeah. Yo, I didn't even think of that. JTT, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you.
Is that your JTT voice?
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Folks, welcome to Bunny Ears, the podcast that is storming the nation, and by that I mean we leave everything wet.
I don't know, because maybe listen, hopefully, I don't know. It's us screaming to avoid,
Pretty
perhaps.
much.
Yeah.
I mean, we look at each other, so it's not complete. Like, I've done a solo podcast before. You want to talk about avoid? I've done an hour by myself.
It's a double meaning, avoid and avoid.
And it's also like borderline just me being a crazy person at that point. I'm just I have the ability to talk to myself for more than an hour straight.
Oh, so it's pretty much
turns
just
out.
that. It's like Howard Hughes, but with a microphone.
Did he talk to himself a lot, Howard Hughes?
I don't know. He was locked up in a room, man. I don't know. He
guess.
didn't record himself.
I guess probably. Can you imagine if he had a podcast?
Yes. It's all about jars of urine and fingernails.
Yeah. And just building planes out of was that plane built out of wood?
Yes, it was made out of spruce. No, I mean, it was.
See, that my
it was made
entire
out of wood.
life, it was a real plane, right?
Yes.
But I heard spruce goose, and I thought, that fucking idiot.
Yeah, I forget what its full real name was.
And
She didn't like the spruce moose at all because that was actually a derogatory term.
It didn't look like a goose either. Folks, we have a point to this podcast, and the point this week is sometimes. You know what we do?
You wrangle me like a shepherd, brother.
You know what we do have though, Mac, and that's the ability to finish each other's
steak sandwiches. Oh,
I feel like we're looping on those too. We gotta come up with better lists.
We finish each other's.
We finish each other's
Staples Center.
Somebody once told me the world was
gonna roll me.
There you go. We're relevant now.
Oh, just me.
Sharpest tool on this. I don't want to get sued.
I know.
I don't want to get sued.
Oh
bro.
yeah, I forgot about suing.
Have you ever sued anyone?
No.
Have you ever sued anyone? No.
No, I've been sued a lot.
Have you been sued a lot?
Yeah.
Can you name any of the reasons you've been sued before?
Yes. I mean, it's like real estate-y kind of things, and then just not necessarily family things, but kind of just weird kind of things. I inherited a bunch of money when I was a teenager in my late teens, early 20s, and they kind of just people I think saw me as
the child who from Home Alone died and you inherited all his money.
That kid. Yes, I inherited that money, and I think they saw me as a soft target. So I got a lot of lawsuits, and a lot of them were BS. And here's the way I put it: is that I'd much rather dish out $1 million worth of punishment for a $5 crime. I'd much rather give my lawyer $1 million than to give the guy who's suing me $5.
Yes.
Because also I set a precedent so that people stop suing me after a while.
I hope we don't get sued.
Yeah, me too.
I'll take a cease and desist. That's easy, but
fist bump.
Yeah, fist bump, bro. Yeah,
fist
not
bump.
to getting sued.
Yeah, not getting sued.
2018 hashtag don't get sued.
Hashtag don't get sued.
Protect your neck. Don't get sued.
Don't get sued. Hashtag me too.
Yeah.
Mac. Oh, too soon.
Oh, Mac.
Okay.
I mean, at this point, it's too late, probably.
Well, no, I'm just saying I don't want to get sued, so I'm saying me too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah, no.
Time's up. Don't sue us. The time for suing us is up. Time's up. See,
me too.
See, we're okay, people. And speaking of people, Warren, the proud Warren out there who have been supporting this show all along.
Yeah, thank you, Warren.
Blazing a trail for us on our way to world dominance.
Thank you, Mr. Beatty.
Through podcasts. Yeah, specifically Warren Beatty.
Yes.
Thank you, Warren Beatty.
Just you.
That's a good name for a movie. Thank you, Warren Beatty.
Thank you, Warren Beatty. It's like searching for Mr. Goodbar.
A little bit, right?
Yeah.
Or that Bobby Fischer fella. So, Warren, we wanted to talk to you this week. So, I believe our second episode ever was a Q&A. Way back in the halcyon days of
the salad
bunny
days.
years. Yeah, yeah. When we were just little what are baby bunnies called?
Bunnies.
when we were just bunnies, as opposed to the full-ass rabbit men we are now.
Yeah. Oh.
So we
strapping rabbit men.
And also, we did this Q&A on social media when Mac didn't have social media, so it consisted of like our 8 mutual friends on Facebook.
Yeah, pretty
asking
much.
questions under fake names.
But now I do have one, and what is it? It's at Incredible Culk.
On Twitter and on Instagram, you're
At Culkamania.
of course, and we have a Facebook presence too. We're on there at bunny.ears.com.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah,
So
check out the comms.
We asked the 3 things. We asked Facebook, we asked Instagram, and we asked Twitter. Hey yo, what up? If you have a hey yo, what up?
Sup, dog?
Sup dog? Sup dog? You up? You up? You up? You up?
Netflix and chill.
What you doing? Yo, you around? How you been? Hey, what's up? I haven't heard from you in a long time. How you been?
And then we did the Harlem Shake.
My new one is this, by the way. Here's my new way to text people in general, not just women, all right? But if I want to text someone I haven't spoken to in a while and initiate a conversation, I'll just out of the blue go, so your name just came up in a context I don't think you'd like, but I'm never going to tell you.
Hashtag me too.
Yeah. And they go, what? And then you're like, boom, conversation locked in.
Way to go.
Thanks, man.
Way to sink your teeth into them.
Yeah. So we're going to do a Q&A episode. And we asked all the folks, if you had to QRAs, what would they be? And
So, yeah, we're going to kind of just freestyle this.
yeah, other than the freestyle in the sense that we have, this is the most prepared we ever are for a show.
Yeah, true.
We have written down lists of questions with people's handles
Well,
and shit.
yeah, because people wrote us questions this time. So, yes, we wrote them down. They
Let's
wrote
real
them down.
quick.
We can write them down.
First one, Facebook, Ellie Gold. Macaulay, will you please marry me?
Oh, gosh. I mean, I have to see your face first.
That's fucked up.
I know. No, probably not, to be honest. Look, yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah, sorry.
Not looking for that.
But, like, that was a nice no.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
You let her down softly.
Yes, by talking about her face.
Yeah.
How about this? Maybe.
Ooh, Ellie
But
and
probably not.
Ellie and Macaulay sitting in a tree. They are getting married.
Ooh. But yes, no, I'm not really looking for that, Ellie. But, I mean, listen, you could be 15 years old, and if I said yes, that would be weird.
This is entrapment.
Yeah,
Ellie,
that
good
would be
try.
weird.
Good try,
Nice
Ellie.
try, Ellie.
We're on to you.
I'm on to you.
We're on to you, Ellie. Anna Marie on Facebook asks, Matt and Mac, if you were to start a cult, what would some of the core principles be?
Whew.
I got my first one.
I knew you were going to have the first one. Yes.
Have fun all the time, every time.
Oh, nice. Boom. Nice.
Boom.
Mine would have to do with some kind of effigy that needed to be burned.
Who would our effigy be?
It'd be a bunny, of course.
We'd burn a bunny?
Yeah, it'd be like a wicker bunny.
Okay.
You ever seen the Wicker Man?
down for that.
Have you ever seen the Bohemian Grove? Like,
Is that a
stuff?
bunny?
No,
there was a
an-
wicker man.
It's a Wicker Man, and then Bohemian Grove is an owl effigy kind
So
of
we need
thing.
a giant bunny effigy we can burn.
Heck yeah.
And
No, again for next year, because we've been doing this for years already.
Oh, right, of course. Excuse me.
Yes.
So our cult definitely revolves around some kind of bunny effigy we burn. We're definitely having fun all the time, every time.
If you get crunk, totally crunk.
Totally crunk. No shirts, no shoes, no service.
Thank you.
It's a classy cult.
Yeah, classy Culk.
It's a classy cult and a classy cult. Yeah,
I know.
exactly.
I just realized I said Culk.
You just realized you can make a cult a cult. The cult cult. Oh.
The cult cult.
What would the name of our cult be? Well,
Let's make it more of a tongue twister.
exactly. I mean, we kind of have one already, and it's called the Warren. And welcome to the Church of Bunny Ears, motherfuckers. Surprise. What else would we do? Would we be a non-violent cult? Would we be like a doomsday type cult?
I don't know.
Stipe.
I would Stipe.
Michael Stipe. Would Michael Stipe be in our cult?
That's what we get for taking a shot before.
I know.
I
Son
love
of a
it. I love it. No, I mean, we can totally go like Shaolin with this. Like, no, we should be able to like be peaceful, but also like defend ourselves.
We're warrior monks.
Yeah, I'm totally down with that.
I'm down with being a cult of warrior monks.
Yeah.
We wear shirts and shoes.
Yeah, the Iko-Iki in Japan. See, I got like 2 people that are totally down with what I just said.
Iko-Iki?
Yeah, they were warrior monks, lived in the hills.
Their name were the Iko-Wiki?
Yep.
I don't know.
Okay.
All right. Warren, you tell us.
All right.
I thought you were making another Japanese cult reference, and that's the opposite way I was going.
No, yeah, no, no
Shan
gas.
Riku. Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
Yes, no.
We don't want to kill the world.
No nerve gas. Let's go around.
There's 2 kinds of Japanese cults, all right? There's the good ones and the bad ones.
Yeah, there's the warrior monks, and then,
Yeah,
there's,
and then there's
the subway
the other guys.
like, attacks.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Oh yes.
They did a really bad job, by the way. And we love this conspiracy theory shit. But speaking of Shinriku, that dude tried to kill. He wanted to like literally kill half the world. And he had enough.
He's Thanos.
He had enough gas. Yeah, he had enough gas to kill like millions of people. Even with them on the subway, the package fucked up. They fucked up, and I think like
I heard
less
this.
than 20 people died.
Yes.
It wasn't like a huge death toll or anything, but still, it really fucked up. So that's not the kind of cult we would be. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And actually, I'm looking up Eco Iki right now.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
while you
look,
look that
look
up.
at that.
Was he
Moms
real?
of peasant farmers, Buddhist
Wow,
monks,
he was
Shinto
real.
priests,
Okay,
and
so if
local
I
nobles.
could give you the Eco Iki. Wow.
No, they kicked ass. Like during the.
Do you know this from a YouTube video about history?
Yep.
Yeah, buddy. I know you well.
Oh, yeah,
So,
you know it.
Warren, for a while, our YouTube accounts were linked. Like we're signed in under the same YouTube account. So every once in a while, I check the history and I just go like, "Oh, I know what Mac's been up to for a few days."
Yeah, he's learning geography today. Like,
Geography lessons and wrestling stuff.
Yep.
Pretty much exclusively.
Yeah, pretty much that's the cross section.
OSW review and geography.
Yes,
stuff.
exactly.
Who is
Yeah.
the geography show you watch? Shout them out.
Geography Now.
Is that what you watch?
Fantastic. They're really adorable as shit. And like, yes, they're like, I want them on. I want my children to watch that show. Like, yeah, it's.
You just heard it, folks. Keep it up for a while.
Yeah. Thank
Until
you.
he has kids. At
Thanks,
least.
thanks, Barbie, and thanks OSW Review. You guys are awesome
Yeah,
and Irish. You guys are look at you standing perfectly vertical. I love you,
we
Irish.
love the
fans.
Irish. We love the Irish wrestling fans. There's a bunch. There's also that's funny. The dude from Attitude Era podcast is also Irish. Kevin McMahon yeah.
And you got
Kevin Mann.
and you got what's his face from Botchamania.
Oh,
Matthew.
Matthew. But is he Irish or is he British?
I think
actually, he's British.
Actually, you know what? Yeah, I just know he shows up on their podcast, so I just assumed that he was Irish.
I met him at a PWG show.
Oh.
Nice kid. I don't mean to drop names or anything. But
Yeah.
I met Matthew from Botchamania.
Do you know who drops names? Robert De Niro.
I love that. Don't steal that from Bracken.
Well, you know, honestly, that was a reference. That was a reference.
I know. I wasn't gonna let that go.
No,
man.
I was. If you didn't call it out, I was gonna call it out.
All right, let's move on from Facebook to Twitter. And on Twitter, we've got Elliot J. O'Neill asks, I have a question for Camel Toad. What are your favorite Mars Volta song? I've never heard a Mars Volta song before, as far as I know. Mac, he has a question for you. What is my favorite Mars Volta song?
Your favorite Mars Volta song is Beat of the Rhythm of the Night.
Is that a real
Rhythm of the Night?
Rhythm of the Night? Is that them?
No, it's El DeBarge.
Oh, okay.
But it's close enough.
I'll take it. All right, then.
Yeah, Rhythm of the Night. That's what you got.
But
Should we sing it?
yeah, in the rhythm of the night. And then we cut ourselves off because we don't
boom.
get sued.
No, we won't get sued.
Okay, here's Blaze Melandra on Twitter. That's B Melandra asks, Zombie apocalypse. You've got to pick your survival squad out of your celebrity friends. 5 people not including yourselves. Who and why?
Okay, who are my slowest friends?
Your slowest celebrity friends?
Yeah. Or the ones who have the most guns.
This is his survival squad. So you don't want slow. You want people who can.
Yeah,
right?
but also like it's that whole
You want fodder?
that old joke of like I don't have to I don't have to outrun the lion. I just have to outrun you.
Should we make this celebrities in general so it's not name droppy and gross, or it's up to you?
Yeah, because just like let's see. I want Brad Pitt because he was in.
He's got training.
Yeah, he's got training.
Field experience.
Yeah, field experience. What's his name? He was Community, and he was in the
Joel
Hangover.
McHale?
No, Asian guy.
Ken Jeong?
Yes.
Dr. Ken?
Yes, I need a doctor.
I don't know what kind of doctor he was, but
No, he went to Duke. He's a doctor.
Okay.
He's a proper doctor.
you want a funny doctor. You know what you
Yes,
think?
so and he's a celebrity.
Oh, okay. I forgot
with a
celebrity.
doctorate.
Celebrity.
Yeah,
sure.
with
as
a
opposed
doctorate.
to Dr. Oz or Dr. Phil.
Yeah, I will definitely take Ken Jeong.
Me too, actually.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's see. Gosh, you know what? I would totally hate him, and this would be totally terrible and totally alpha on all of us. But Ted Nugent has all of the guns.
Yeah, he does have a lot of guns.
He has all of the guns and all the crossbows. And look at
He'd be yeah.
he would kind of be amazing. He'd be that annoying guy like when we were talking about our desert island stuff, where like Hemingway would be a jerk and Teddy Roosevelt would be a total jerk.
But you need them.
But like they would be so good at hunting and fishing.
Yep.
You know, you kind of like
Ted Nugent's good at hunting and fishing. Man.
I know, and he would totally like alpha
And making music I don't give a fuck about.
Yeah, exactly.
So Ted Nugent's on your list. That's 3.
And
Did he ask for 3 or 5? Who cares? Let's
5.
Make it 3. Let's make it 3.
okay, cool. I mean,
got it. You're there.
I was gonna go like a young Debbie Harry, just because she's
just to have around.
yeah, yeah.
For singing ability to lull the zombies.
Yeah, exactly. I need a damsel in distress. Like, yeah, sure. So, okay, give me some of yours.
All right, I'm going. I'll go with the Big Show.
All right.
Of WWE fame, who is a friend of mine, who's also like a giant.
And you can totally outrun him.
It's good to have a giant in a situation.
Yes.
In any situation.
Honestly,
just
yes.
to reach a shelf.
Exactly. Honestly, like if we were making like a World of Warcraft group, absolutely, you want a giant.
We're not the tallest dudes, Mac. I don't know if people know that about us.
Yeah, but
we're not.
We're spry.
We're average human size.
Yeah, we're spry.
Some of us more than others, but no, I'm kidding. But yeah, we need a giant because we can't reach. Like, what if the canned beans are on the top shelf?
So you're taking the Princess Bride kind of approach.
Totally.
Yeah.
We need a giant. In terms of a gun nut, I kind of think Ted Nugent. So is he the most? Is he the most famous crazy gun
He's in my
person?
group, dude.
God
He's
damn
in my
it.
group.
God damn it. God damn it. Who else is into guns? I feel like. Oh no. Oh. Let me look this up real quick.
Well,
But okay, I'm gonna
to take my fifth, I'm actually gonna take Brenda. I'm gonna take Miss Brenda Song because you know what? She also has guns and she's also pretty. So there would be my fifth. Okay,
Your
so
fifth
no
would be
Ted Jr.
Brenda.
So you have a giant.
I've got a giant, and that's it right
That's
now.
it. That's all you got.
All right.
You don't have a Debbie Harry though.
I do. Who should my Debbie Harry be? Can I also have Debbie Harry?
No.
God damn it.
I went first. It's like all
right.
We drafted and I already.
I'll
got
take
my team.
Kieran Culkin because he just seems really smart and cool and awesome under pressure. And
I would have taken Rory.
would you?
Oh, he has a zombie plan.
Fuck. All right.
There's two kinds of people in
I'm
this
removing
world.
the Culkin vote then.
Yeah, there's two kinds of people in this world: people who have zombie plans and people who don't. And Rory's the kind of person who has a zombie plan.
I'll take Lil Wayne because I feel like he's got stopped at the airport for guns a lot, and that's what I had to Google because I didn't want to just say a rapper and be wrong about that. But I Googled it, and yes, he
Wow.
has been stopped.
Is
for
that what
guns
you've
a
been
lot.
Googling this whole
Yes.
time? Is Lil Wayne?
Lil Wayne arrested at airport for guns.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's true, and he seems like a cool guy. He'll bring some scissor.
yes.
You know what I mean?
Totally
We can get our lean on.
He'll
and,
scissor it. Yeah.
I'm bringing Lil Wayne. I'm bringing the Big Show. I am bringing Michael Rooker for. I'll go. That's my Brad Pitt. He was Walking Dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
He knew how to handle his shit. That's three. I'll bring my dog. Oh, he's not a celebrity.
No, he's not a celebrity. Not a person.
He's kind of a celebrity.
No, he's not.
Everyone knows about Helmut.
No, he doesn't.
All right.
No, he don't.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't know he's a celebrity.
Who's like really smart? I'll bring Neil deGrasse Tyson.
All right, cool. I think you're out. I was 4. No, okay, yeah.
God
4.
damn it. And
Come on. I mean, just like pick a damsel.
it
damsel.
has to be a damsel. I'll
You don't have to.
I'll pick Charlize Theron,
There you go.
who's capable and cool under pressure.
Yeah.
At Furiosa herself.
And hot and DTF.
Yeah, like the hottest woman of all time. Is she DTF?
I don't know, man.
right.
I'm just
okay.
I'm just
In this scenario,
I'm
maybe.
using words,
Oh,
dude.
right. Okay, so that's our zombie celeb squads. That
All
took
right,
way
cool.
too long.
There we go.
Never
No,
taking a
that
shot
didn't
again
take too
before
long.
this show.
No, that was the right amount of time. Listen, we're gonna run out of questions,
I know.
dude.
Which one do you got? Do you got a question to read us, Mac, from your vast social accounts?
No.
What do you mean? You wrote down a few.
I mean, no.
Okay, never mind. Then let me go back to my list. What are you doing to us?
Okay. It was Jake Inite wrote, "You really want to fight Rusev?" At Rusev, Bulgarian.
Do you really want to fight? So, for those who don't know, Rusev is a professional wrestler with the WWE who Mac recently challenged to a fight on Twitter.
Yeah,
And recently, by like maybe a few months ago.
and he's a skinny, scrawny little dude,
yeah, right.
and he's a puny
He's the
wimp.
Bulgarian brute, man. He'll crush you.
He's a puny wimp.
Do you think you can take
And
him?
I could totally take him. Yeah, I mean, just in a catch can kind of way, totally could take him. I would just go for the knee, and we'll call it a day. Yeah. So yeah, to answer your question, yes, I would really take on Rusev because he is a puny Eastern European wimp.
And you heard it here first, folks. Macaulay Culkin to be killed by Rusev. On Instagram, Mahazley wants to know what news event would break the internet. He thinks, like, in terms of like if UFO landed, that would literally break the internet. It would be the craziest day in the history of human existence. What events do you think could do that? See, I think he's giving it too much credit. I think if a raccoon talked, that would be the end of human existence as we know it.
Yeah. Right.
Right? Like, I think there's so many things lesser than UFOs that are just, like, would change the way we look at the universe. Mm-hmm. Talking animals being one of them, I feel like.
I mean, so change the world as we know it, and like not like tear everything down, but like Toy Story being real.
Yep. If all of our inanimate objects were real,
All of a sudden, like yes, I mean, then we would be gods. I mean, we're creating sentient life, kind of thing.
we do that already, don't we?
I mean, with babies.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that weird?
But also like as a lonely 29-year-old dude
Sure,
who lives in your mom's basement.
the ability to weird science
You
something.
you could whittle and weird science something exactly like like that would be weird,
I think
and the toys would totally take over.
like the moon disappearing would be weird.
But the moon is just a hologram. We
Or
already
the
talked about
moon
this.
talking. I think anything that doesn't talk that talks,
that talks.
is what we're basically going with
I
here.
think you're onto something there. Yeah, anything that's not supposed to talk
Yeah.
talking.
So
I
other
think,
than UFOs, I think that's what would break the internet.
imagine like your president's on your money just talking like to you, like, "Hey, are you really sure about that Gatorade there?"
Or like your fingers.
just like, yeah.
It's like, hey, let me out of here.
Hey, look out, Chatterhead! Like,
Yeah, they're all like newsy. They're all like tough guys.
They're all like Three Stooges.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
knock, knock, knock.
Care Bear 3285 on Instagram is having a Pagemaster themed party night. She's going to show Pagemaster.
Oh,
she wants to
God.
know what are the best snacks to serve with it, and is there a Pagemaster drinking game we can think of?
Oh gosh.
Well, you're going to want literary themed snacks, right?
Yeah. Some kind of
So like adventure that was based on like Robert Louis Stevenson's Treasure Island. So an orange for scurvy. What do pirates eat?
Pigs in a book.
Okay.
Is it pigs in a blanket?
So get some, rip up a
Book-shaped
book,
pastry?
rip up a book.
No.
Tear out the pages. Wrap a little hot dog around the pages of that book.
No.
Put it in the oven.
I'm saying make your pigs in a blanket. Just like make them like pigs in a whatever.
You can make cookies shaped like books.
See, there you
There
go.
you go.
Yeah.
A lot of book stuff basically is where we're
Yeah,
at.
yeah. Pretty much all I know about that movie is books, and that was animated.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah.
And hashtag Whoopi Goldberg.
Some kind of Christopher Lloyd thing. Every time Christopher Lloyd speaks, you take a shot.
that for the drinking game? Does he have a lot of lines in that movie?
No, it's just like there's like 4 or 5 of them in the beginning and 4 or 5 of them at the
That's
end.
a good one for a drinking game.
Yeah, but you only drink in the beginning and the end.
It's appropriate. You never want to give people a drinking game like every time they use a pronoun, take a shot.
Ooh, boy.
Unless you want to kill. That's actually like a serial killer who kills by inventing fucked up drinking games.
Yeah, if you could read the side of a book before anyone else, you got to call it out like Jeopardy style. Test of the D'Urbervilles. Boom.
Are there actual books mentioned in Pagemaster?
Yeah, all public domain ones, I'm sure. Like, yeah. And if you could recognize the name of people's voices, that's cool.
Every time that dragon shows up, take a shot. Does that dragon show up a lot? We're looking at a giant Pagemaster poster.
Yeah, we're looking at it right now.
That just happens to live in Bunny Ranch West. Yeah, that's about it in terms of drinking games. There's a whale. If that whale shows up, take a shot. How about that for us?
Yeah, exactly. If there's a book that flies, that's cool.
Every time you're watching the Pagemaster, take a shot.
Yeah. Every time I don't have my glasses on.
Oh, that probably doesn't happen too often, right?
I don't know. I'm not going to tell you. Spoiler
Ooh,
alert.
Take a shot.
Yeah, gosh, I've only seen that movie once.
Take a lot of shots. All right. On Instagram, McDonald_Morgan wants to know what are our favorite comic book series of all time, respectively. Are you a big you're a big comic book guy, right?
What's my favorite series?
Yeah.
Of all time? Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean,
I'll do top 3 because that's tough for me.
I mean, okay, I don't know what he means, like when it comes to like an entire series or like if it's like a short, like kind of a mini series or
Anything
whatever.
you want. So like, I'll give you an example.
exactly.
My first
That's the way I'm
answer.
gonna
My
take
first
it.
answer would be Watchmen.
That's what I was going to say because I would put Watchmen in my top 3.
Yep.
Like that's a mini series.
Yeah, it's 12 issues. If you haven't read
I
Watchmen,
don't know exactly. I'm just wondering whether or not he's thinking like Justice League of America or just
well, that also
or
could. That
Avengers
also,
West
yeah.
Coast.
Sure, Amazing Spider-Man could technically be your favorite
Yeah,
series.
yeah.
It's 400 plus issues, but like.
But yeah, no, Watchmen would be in my top 3.
I love Alan Moore. If you folks haven't read Watchmen or read any Alan Moore stuff, he's
totally watch the movie.
you don't. If you have like 4
I
hours.
liked the movie.
It. You have to appreciate the comic first before you watch.
I
the
know,
movie,
but
feel
I like the movie
Yeah.
though. I
think
that
I think Preacher is definitely in my top 3.
really.
Yeah, I love. Have you read Preacher?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's fantastic, man. Because it's all of my favorite. Like,
It was Paul Bettany in the movie.
no. That's the TV show.
No, I know. I'm just I just assumed that Paul Bettany
What
was in
movie
the
was?
movie.
What was that movie?
Legion.
Oh, yeah.
And then also he was in another one, like a priest.
Oh, it was in Da Vinci Code.
But also, it was literally called Priest.
Oh, really? I don't know.
No, it was another, it was another,
Preacher is the show that Seth Rogen is producing right now. That's on AMC with it's fucking awesome. It's basically about this Southern preacher named Jesse Custer who's like super fucked up and has a super shady past. And one day, this angel flies into him that gives him the word of God, meaning anything he says, anyone has to listen to. And it's his misadventures with his ex-girlfriend who's a heroin addict and his new best friend who's a vampire as they try to find God. The basic pitch of Preacher is God is missing and no one can find him, and because of that, everything is fucked up.
I really liked it. I really liked that when I saw it, when it was called Dogma.
Preacher came out before Dogma.
Yeah, but still.
But Preacher's definitely in my top 3. And then I really here's a weird shout out. I really liked a book called Next Wave. That was a Marvel book, maybe 10 years ago by I want to say Warren Ellis, but I could be wrong, so I'll double check. And it was just Marvel rarely trolls itself or has fun with their characters.
Yeah.
And it was a weird meta kind of stoner humory superhero book.
Yeah.
Set in the Marvel universe that was
it's kind of what they
really
kind
funny.
of did with the Ultimate Universe, but not as stonery, I guess. But they kind of there was a meta kind of quality to that.
Yeah,
kind of
Next
stuff.
Wave is great. I'm just so I could shout out who wrote it. It is Warren Ellis, and it was 2006, 2007. So if you can get a Next Wave trade, it is probably my favorite funny superhero book ever written. Yeah.
All right, there you go.
What do you got for number 3?
Well, no, I already said Watchmen. All right.
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck. I mean, I'm gonna go classy. I'm gonna go super classy right now.
Is it Mouse?
You get yes. That's exactly what it is.
That's the only classy comic book you can say.
Thank you.
Every fucking Jewish kid I grew up with had a copy of Mouse on their shelf.
But also, Watchmen is considered classy.
Yeah.
At least, but that also veers
it's a
more
graphic
superhero.
novel.
But also that veers superhero. Mouse, yeah.
It was a deconstruction of superheroes.
Hey,
Watchmen.
look, I might not be in the tribe, but I love my mouse.
You feel bad about the Holocaust anyway?
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
You don't have to be a Jew to feel bad about the
I'm
Holocaust.
Sorry.
No, Mouse is good.
Fuck, I forgot. I had another one that I was gonna say, and now I can't remember. Jeez.
Betty and Veronica Double Digest.
Yes. So some of Alan Moore's late pornography work.
Oh, The Lost Girls? Do you know
Yeah,
about
there
that?
we go. There it is.
Yeah.
That was
Is that what you were looking
I
for?
couldn't think of the name of it.
Hey, remember Alice in Wonderland? Don't read Lost Girls.
Don't do
Do
that.
not read Lost Girls.
That would be a fun one to read to
To kids?
like a skit where you're reading it to some little girls in bed.
I worked in comic book stores when that book came out, and we actually had to keep it in a black bag behind the counter because it was literally considered child pornography.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So shout out to Alan Moore, our favorite child pornographer.
Woohoo!
RP Knight on Instagram wants to know best era of SNL.
Ooh, okay. I'm hard pressed to choose between the Kristen Wiig, Bill Hader, Fred Armisen kind of era, and there's also the Phil Hartman, Dana Carvey, there's Mike Myers and Adam Sandler and stuff like that.
Same answer.
Yeah.
Literally same answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would skew a little older on the latter one and get Sandler and Spade and
Yeah, that's 91. pretty
even
much.
Rock season.
That's 91.
Yeah.
That's when you still had, because Carvey left the next season, and so did Hartman and a bunch of those guys.
But in retrospect, Bill Hader and Will Forte and even Taron Killam and
honestly, I would.
I'd kill for those fucking guys.
I'm
I'm
a sucker for the oldies, and I'd still pick the Hater. And
It was
Kristen
just
Wiig
it was so
seasons.
funny and different, and the show was biting. And they
Armisen is fucking.
Armisen's one. Portlandia. If you haven't, have you seen Portlandia?
Oh, yeah.
It's Armisen's one of my favorite people on the planet.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
That whole cast. Yeah, that whole cast is really was really something special, and it's that SNL thing of you always hate the cast at the time, but even then I didn't hate it. I realized Bill Hader was
it was a flashpoint. It was actually you knew that it was really really
Jason
good.
Sudeikis. I forgot that he was
Sudeikis
even.
was
I forgot that he was
great.
even on it. He's
Right?
he's gone on to do so much after it.
Yeah,
right.
he was. Yeah, and he was. Yeah,
It was an all-star cast.
Well-
Amy Poehler and Seth Meyers were doing the news and shit, right?
exactly.
It really was everyone was the
which
best.
is funny. It's almost like because I love fucking Tina Fey, head writer, fucking amazing. But it was almost like when she left.
Yeah,
almost.
when Seth Meyers
Like,
took over
and
as
that-
when Seth Meyers took over as
Yeah,
head writer.
I think it's the Seth Meyers years. Like as
They
head
really
writer.
were good, man.
It was it was the toppiest of the notchiest.
Let's see what else we got here. Going back to the Twitter, Liz Jenkins, this is a question for you, Mac. Liz Jenkins wants to know, did you actually receive any fan mail when you were younger? She sent some, and she wants to know what was your favorite letter, if so. Did you get fan mail as a kid? Did it ever filter its way to you? Do you want to break a lot of people's dreams right now?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to, but like, yeah.
Did you not get any?
No, I mean, it was received and so forth, and I think eventually there was somebody hired to kind of like send things back and so forth. I mean, look, I was like 10, 11, 12, 13, and I had school, and I had a full-time job. There was not enough time for me to like start reading letters, that's for sure. I could barely get through Jane Eyre, so like, yeah.
No, I get it. It must have been overwhelming too, and as you get older, I'm sure you were kind of disconnected from that kid people were sending letters to, right?
Yeah, it was just like, yeah, exactly, and kind of just...
Here's a good alternate. Did you ever send a fan letter to anyone?
No.
Me neither.
No, I mean,
Me neither.
I've communicated with other people, but
Wait, I meant no. Was there even when you were a little kid, like even when you were in Home Alone, you were still there was no little kid part of you that loves like this famous sports star or this.
no, I mean, I've marked out for like a couple of people, like I mean, like Alonzo Mourning or Reggie Miller. Like,
Sure.
oh, that was freaking awesome. Like, yeah, like that kind of thing. Like, yeah. I remember marking out when I first met Jack White or something like that. Like, that
Okay.
was cool. That was like in my like early 20s. Like, yeah, but like, no, I'm not writing letters. I mean. Almost anything I say is going to be loaded because it's be like I don't understand the point of them.
No, I
or
get it
something
because
like
I
that.
did,
Like,
but
you know,
I
like,
didn't.
yeah.
I didn't either as a kid. Like, and I've always loved things, but I was like, they don't want to fucking talk to me. Who do I care about a letter? I never cared about autographs either because it was just like I'd rather meet a person that I respect,
Yeah.
and have that memory,
Exactly,
than their
memory and
name
shake
on
their
it,
hand,
or
you know.
even the photo thing nowadays. Like in my opinion, the photo thing is just for social media to prove that you met that person.
It's the same thing with. It's always been that way. Same
Yeah.
thing with autographs. Same thing with.
You're right.
Like,
It's
just
to
like
show to other.
cinematic-
It's to show to other people.
It's evidence.
You're right. Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
always what it's been.
Yeah.
And kind of like, you know what? Like, if people should freaking believe you to begin with anyway. Before we go into the next one,
Please do.
How about we take a quick commercial break?
Sure. Do we have a commercial, or you just want to smoke a cigarette?
I want to smoke a cigarette.
All right, we'll
but
be right
here's
back.
a commercial.
And now, a commercial for prunes. Do you like prunes? No? All right,
Man,
then.
I haven't had a movement in forever. Hey, Matt, what should I do about that?
Prunes. They help you move. Go smoke your cigarettes.
Sweet. And we're back.
How was that cigarette?
It was fantastic.
Cigarettes.
actually. Yeah, I don't normally
The ad for cigarettes by Macaulay Culkin.
cigarettes.
Smoke them.
Yeah, smoke them if you got them.
Cigarettes, why not?
I don't normally smoke Reds, but that's all they had.
Did you switch to reds? Ew.
No, that's all they had.
What place only had reds?
This place on my corner.
Is that true?
Yeah.
The only brand of cigarettes they had at all were reds?
Well, they didn't have my brand,
Oh,
so
so
I
that's
did
your-
Reds.
that's your
Like,
substitute?
yeah, like I'm not gonna go with they don't have mediums anymore, and so
Yeah.
that's where I normally go.
Okay,
And
okay.
so, no Newports.
If you're listening, Newport,
Yes,
send him
I'm
cigarettes.
cool.
Oh, he's cool. Never mind.
Cool with a K.
If you're, he wants cool cigarettes instead. The preferred menthol smoker treat. I never smoked a cool. Maybe I probably did. What am I talking about?
Yeah,
I smoked a lot of menthol cigarettes in my day.
You seem like a menthol. You're a
was.
Long Island boy.
You were around for cigarette smoking me for a moment. When that first trip I made to Paris with you, I smoked like 8 packs of cigarettes a day.
yes.
with you.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah. But I've been vaping for a consistent like 3 years now.
Yeah, and it's just like straight vaping. I'm sure you kids have heard the bubbling and churning.
No one knows. So I learned my lesson. And I now vape off mic. I don't know if you noticed that.
No, I have noticed, but I also noticed when you don't do it. Yeah, there you go. Atta girl.
Sweet nicotine. It's what fuels every good podcaster.
Yeah.
So we're back to the Q&A.
Yeah, back to questions and answers.
And we're taking a question from Camille Galouse on Facebook. Asks, who are your favorite wrestlers and why? All time. Like, who do you got? Or even current day.
Yeah, no, just favorite wrestlers in general. I mean, Ultimate Warrior, because he's kind of my gateway guy.
Okay, I'll go.
It's insane.
Yeah, The Rock and Foley were kind of my gateways.
Because you're an Attitude Era, like,
I am a
straight.
straight up Attitude Era. I was familiar with the concept of a Hulk Hogan, but had not seen his wrestling work.
Yeah, see, I was a Golden Age kind of guy. Like, yeah. So, like, yeah, I was there for the, at least the tail end of the Hulkamania.
Current day, I really like, in terms of WWE, I really like Braun Strowman. I really like Elias.
Yeah, I like what they're doing with them.
I like Elias. I like Shinsuke
Nakamura.
And then just kind of like wrestling wise in general, like I think Kenny Omega is like the best wrestler on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
I think Kota Ibushi is probably one of the best wrestlers on the planet. I like a lot of Japanese.
Styles is fucking big killing
AJ Styles is incredible. Hopefully,
Owens is fucking great.
Owens is great, dude. That's what I
Owens is
mean.
fucking
Everyone, it's
great.
a really, really, really good time to be into wrestling, and even
Yeah.
the women are fucking killing it. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, and listen, they're blowing it when it comes to like the Finn Balor's of the world a little bit and stuff like that. But he's still fucking great in the ring.
Sure, I mean, yeah, like some of the NXT call-ups haven't been the best, but like honestly, also someone else I can't ask a question. I can't remember the name, but they want us to talk about Lucha Underground. But like, there's so much wrestling going on right now that even if you're not into WWE, you can
have
You
options.
can fill your week with ROH.
Exactly.
And Impact is back, and
New
Lucha
Japan,
New Japan. I
always,
watch all the time, and you know what I mean. And then that big All In show next year. Do you know about that?
Which one's this?
It's huge, man. So like, the Young Bucks are putting on their own show. Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega and the Bullet Club and the Elite, like they're doing a show called All In, and they got like a stadium in Chicago that it can fit like 50,000 people.
And that's where they're like advertising like a year in advance.
Biggest independent wrestling show in the history of the world.
All right.
So like, we're at a really cool time to be a wrestling fan. So
how would you feel about the Bucks signing with WWE?
I would not like it. It doesn't work.
I know.
It doesn't work.
I know.
The Bucks break wrestling when they wrestle, and that style they wouldn't be allowed to do what they do. You can't do 10 super kicks in a match in a world where one super kick's supposed to be a finisher. So like I just think it would water them down a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind that because it's just the dynamic would be that their super kicks are just weaker than Ziggler's super kicks.
Sure.
That's all.
It's just weird. It's just weird differentiating a finish because, like, you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
80
I know what
finishers
you
a
mean.
match.
I'm just trying to kayfabe it a little bit.
But no, like Bucks versus Hardys. I mean, it's already happened actually. But like that on WWE TV at Mania would be one of the coolest things of all time. You know, like yeah. All those guys.
Animania or Animaniacs?
Both.
Yeah.
Both. There you go. This comes from Butts Carlton on Twitter. He wants to know, Cohen, do you have any Ecto Cooler left? So yes, I do. When Ecto Cooler came out for the Lady Ghostbusters film, they re-released it, and I bought like 10 cases. I still am sitting on 3 cases of it.
Look at you.
It expired 2 years ago. I'm never going to drink it, but I don't want to throw it out for some reason because it says Ecto Cooler on it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'd almost put one of those cases on eBay.
On eBay? I bet I
and
can
see what's up.
You want to drink an Ecto Cooler? You want to drink a spoiled Ecto Cooler?
Yeah.
For a YouTube challenge?
Yes, I
Let's do
do.
that.
I'm totally in for that.
And-
I was always jealous of the kids. Like when I was in grade school, I had the school like given lunch.
Yeah. Oh, you
and
didn't bring your own lunchbox?
No, of course not. And so like all these other kids, they would come, and when they had Ecto Cooler, man, like they were the coolest freaking kids. I was drinking regular milk.
Man, I could do an entire thing of like drinks I've loved that have gone away. Like so Ecto Cooler was a big one in my youth. Like
What's another one? I can't think of another one.
it was called Snapple Rain. Ooh. Snapple for a minute had
Was it pink?
No, it was clear. It was agave cactus juice.
Oh goodness!
And if anyone's listening or remembers, you'll know there are fan groups dedicated to this online, trying to find like the recipe or like replicate it. Like,
isn't there a Fruitopia group?
Probably. There's like remember was it Orbits? No. What was the drink with like the little tapioca balls, the boba balls in them?
Oh,
you shook it. It was the soda with the little balls in them, and you shook it up, and they like were it like went everywhere like fireworks.
Nope. How about Zima?
I remember Zima. Is that still not around? Is that not around anymore?
I'm not sure if it is. Crystal Pepsi, that has a subculture.
Crystal Pepsi is a subculture. I would guess I liked Snapple a lot. There was a drink I loved called Bali Blast. And then a bunch of people got offended because there were like terrorist attacks in Fiji or something. So they had to change the name, and they changed the formula, and it was never the same.
It was just never the same.
Yeah. But shout out to Ballet Blast.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
The lost flavors of my
Hashtag
youth.
Al Qaeda.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus.
The Jibas.
Speaking of Jesus, someone really did ask, "Do you accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior?" I forget. I skipped over that one.
No,
Short
no
answer.
way.
Short answer for me on that one. Yeah. This is an interesting one. Laura Palgar on Twitter wants to know, how would you like to be remembered?
I don't know, man.
I think I would like to be remembered for never dying.
Yeah, for the guy who
It's
lived
that guy that lived
forever and
forever.
ever.
That's how I want to be remembered. Is the guy that lived forever.
That immortal.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that guy.
The guy with the spear and the shield.
You
Who
haven't
lived
heard
forever.
Bunny Ears episode 8,422
million.
Matt's been doing it with Macaulay Culkin's lineage since he died.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, your great-great-grandfather used to say suck a dick in such a funny way.
M Cluck XL 1423.
Macaulay Culkin the fifth.
How do I want to be remembered? I actually don't think about it. I don't think long term. I'll let,
Home Alone 2?
Yeah, exactly. No, the Page Master. No, I want to be remembered as Demonsaw.
Okay, fair enough. We're working on it.
As a
for you,
young
man.
Jodie Foster.
We're working on it. Beehivesy on Instagram wants to know our top 3 favorite books.
Okay.
You're a book guy.
Yeah, sure.
What are some of your faves?
Book enough. All right. I mean, I'm a Salinger person.
Okay.
I'm always going to say Catcher in the Rye and like 9 Stories. And I actually have a weird personal connection with A Movable Feast.
By Hemingway.
Yeah, by Hemingway. I have a funny Hemingway story about that book that I'm not going to tell because it'll take like 10 minutes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome, audience. You're welcome, Warren. I don't know. Give me some of yours.
That's one of those ones that I have like stock answers because I've thought of that so many times. In no order, I think my top 3 favorite books of all time are The Stand by Stephen King.
Okay, that's a big old book too.
They're all big old books. Crime and Punishment by Fyodor Dostoevsky.
Nice.
And a book called The Innocents Abroad by Mark Twain.
Okay.
Which was like his...
Which one's that one?
That one is... it's the nonfiction one. He went on a trip around the world and wrote basically like his travel journals. But the reason...
Is this late in life?
It was towards the end. The reason it's so amazing is he went to Egypt in like, I don't know, like, I'm going to slaughter the year, like 1905 or something, right? Mm-hmm. But it was still a time where like you could get a guided tour up the pyramid on like a dude's back.
Yeah.
So it's them going to all the holy sites and like ripping shit off the walls and bringing... It's basically a bunch of entitled New Englanders fucking around like Europe and the Middle East and stuff. And it's really, really interesting to read a travel book from such a good writer from a time where all of these things were so different.
Oh yeah, you could.
The kind of tourism was so different.
You could pluck antiques off the side of the road.
You could do whatever the fuck you wanted.
When it came in Greece and Egypt, and
that's
like
what
that.
this book is. It's Mark Twain doing that basically with his buddies and drinking and stuff. And I really, really, really love it. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'm a big Twain guy.
Yeah, I honestly actually have not dug into his catalog.
No.
I mean, I've dug into him, but not his catalog as much as I'd like.
Funny, dude. One of those guys where you read it and you go like, "Oh, was this not written in 1997?" Like it's that happened to me. The
Timeless
first
quality,
time
yeah.
the first time I saw a Marx Brothers movie, I was shocked and blown away.
Yeah,
because I was like, "Oh, Groucho Marx is as quick and as funny in 1940 something or 30 something even than anyone is today."
It's like when you look at like some of the old SNLs where it's like Joe Piscopo making like Tip O'Neill jokes or something
Done.
like that. It doesn't hold up.
SNL suffers from that a little bit.
Yeah,
because it's so topical.
Exactly, and so that's why we talked about this. How the Kids in the Hall still hold up because
Sure.
they didn't go for that kind
First
of
time I
humor.
ever saw Monty Python. For Mr.
Yes.
Show, by the way, I want to call this out now, and this is way long down the line, but once our podcast network is up and running, me and Sean DiPasquale, who runs, of course, BunnyEars.com.
Yeah, he's our editor-in-chief.
Our editor-in-chief and a good friend of mine and former podcast co-host. We are going to start a show called The Mr. Show, where we break down and review every episode of Mr. Show. It only lasts a couple seasons.
I was
but
just about to say, what is that, like 20
you got
episodes?
you got like 30 episodes.
Okay,
but
there you
it'll be
go.
a fun little mini run
There you
while
go.
it runs.
Yeah.
And we love Mr. Show. Like
I love it too. I can't break it down that kind of way,
Oh.
but also I'd be willing to.
You can join in on us.
That's
then,
what I'm
on
talking.
Mr. Show.
That's what I'm offering my services.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd say Twain. So what's another book you like? What about Junior by that Schmuggle?
Yeah, Mechaleka Schlucklin.
That's
no,
kinda
actually,
cool.
I'm not a huge fan of the book. I mean, no,
Of your own book?
No. I mean, I like it all well and good. No. I mean, I'm a fan of the book. It's just like that.
Do you,
It's just something I did in my early 20s.
Yeah, so let me ask you a question along that same lines. Like, I wrote a graphic novel a few years ago called Geek, and like even within a few years, I go like, oh,
Yeah,
it's still fun and great. And
I'm
people
always
like
rewriting it. I'm always rewriting. I mean,
I get it.
Even in the shower this morning, I rewrote like half of it, kind of thing. Like, no, for real.
Of the book that came out like 10 years ago. Yeah,
absolutely. Like, yeah,
that kind of thing never feels complete.
Well,
right?
a book is never done; it's abandoned.
I like that.
Yeah, and so I kind of abandoned it eventually, like when I was like 22 or 23, that kind of thing.
I like that.
Yeah. No, it was kind of just fun. It was kind of just a weird, like, balls out kind of project for me.
Speaking of books and all things literary, Ali V wants to know on Instagram, what is the coolest animal to scale to horse size? That had nothing to do with anything. I just wanted to segue.
Wait, what was it?
What animal, if we could pick any animal to scale to the size of a horse, what would it be?
A bunny.
Okay. You'd want a horse-sized bunny?
Yeah.
That seems terrifying.
Well, everything would be terrifying.
I'm trying to find one that won't be.
No, imagine like a hamster.
That would be terrifying.
So, okay, now so think of like the softest, most cuddliest.
What is
thing.
like the cutest thing that can't be terrifying if it's giant? Like a bear, that doesn't work.
No,
you're already that
no.
size.
A baby bear the size of a
the
horse.
size of a horse is terrifying.
It's terrifying.
No, because he's so cute and docile.
Yeah, but it's gonna grow.
A puppy.
A puppy the
Like
size
a
of a horse.
newborn puppy the size of a horse.
Okay, you know when a little puppy jumps up on your knee?
I guess that would hurt.
Yeah,
I
like,
see what
now
you're saying. It's
imagine
too excitable.
a horse-sized.
But I wouldn't be scared of it. I would be charmed by it.
Yeah, and you'd also have like broken collarbones. Yeah.
So what is the least scary animal to scale up to a
That's
horse?
exactly.
And you think it's a rabbit?
Well, I just picked a rabbit, and I'm actually kind of feeling pretty okay about my choice.
Compared to these other ones we've run through in our
Yeah,
minds.
no, for real. Even like a gerbil or a hamster, like that shit's scary.
A monkey?
A human.
What about a chimpanzee? Oh, that's like King Kong.
That's
What am I
King.
talking
Yeah, I was
about?
gonna say you're just fucking like Mighty Joe Young. You just described.
Never mind. Okay, never mind. Scratch that one.
You know what? How about a horse?
A horse. Yeah.
Yeah.
A miniature horse.
I want a horse-sized horse.
I want a miniature horse the size of a horse so he can feel what it's like to be tall.
There you go. I think we just found
He
it.
wishes he was a little bit taller. He wishes he was a baller. He wishes he had a girl who would look at him
Caller.
If you two gentlemen, this has come from Scott Woodworth, what is Woodworth on Twitter, wants to know if you two gentlemen could record a commentary track for any film, a la Kevin Smith and his partner Scott Mosier did this for Roadhouse. They recorded a commentary for a movie
I
they
love
had
that.
nothing to do
We've talked
with.
about doing this. Yeah.
What was the one we wanted to? Oh, we have it already. It's Airborne.
Oh yeah.
Starring Seth
Airborne.
Green.
Yeah, we'd totally do that.
Yeah, we're doing an Airborne commentary.
I wouldn't mind
eventually.
doing Starship Troopers. Which circle back to that.
Speaking of Sean again, circling back on our past show, Cabin Boys, which I think has been wiped from the internet at this point, we did a commentary track for the movie Snowpiercer, but we released it 2 minutes at a time in every episode. So in the middle of the podcast, it would just go to a segment where we would be just talking about a random thing that the only way to sync it up was it was conceptual.
That's a lot of work.
It was conceptual.
That's a lot of work.
We called it Pearson It. We love Snowpiercer.
Big Trouble in China also. I do that one. And Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
I could do Pee-wee. I could do Roger Rabbit. I mean, I'm down for. You know what? Actually, I've done this on other podcasts of mine. I did one for. We did a thing on my original podcast, Bagged and Boarded, way back in the day for Kevin Smith's network. I did a commentary for a movie I'd never seen, and it was Stand By Me. So I watched it and commentated it as I was seeing it for the first time.
How'd you feel?
They've made a lot of fat kid jokes. I was like, this is a mean movie.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
That was like their buddy, but they all called him Fat Kid.
I know. I wonder if our post-modern PC world, how much that movie like holds up.
I think they say the word fag and stuff, and like.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, it's no. I'm saying it's not as bad as like Eddie Murphy's Raw and Delirious.
Well, it's even. Have you seen Monster Squad recently?
No.
In the first 5 minutes,
yeah.
they say the word homo and fag like 8 times.
Yes.
And you're like, oh boy.
Yeah, no.
This is our hero?
Yeah, that movie is like definitely
times they are changing.
That's pre Pedro from Real World.
Oh my god. Okay, so this is an interesting one. This comes from Eric Rollins. Hey, I think this is directed to you, but I'll answer it too. Are you aware of the cloning centers and what goes on there?
Oh, I don't know what a cloning center is. Okay, I kind of figure I picture a clone with like a target on its chest, and like there's the center of the clone.
Okay, so I'm picturing a place where like it's a car wash for people, but like you walk in one side and like clones pop out the other side.
Yo, I see. It's kind of like that terrible movie, like The Island. Or whatever.
Sure. Is that Scorsese?
No. That was Michael Bay.
That was Shutter Island.
No, yeah, you're thinking Shutter Island. No, I'm thinking like it's Michael Bay.
Yes,
it's Scarlett Johansson and Ewan McGregor or something like that. Like, yeah.
So this isn't actually the first time I've seen this mentioned. There's some lore about you.
Ooh.
Not all of it's true.
I get lore.
You do. There's a large contingency of people that think you're involved with some real deep shady shit, Macaulay.
Ooh.
And let me just ask you two questions.
I sound interesting now.
So you don't know anything about the cloning centers, and the follow-up one we've gotten a lot is,
Sure.
Can you comment on the radio interview you gave in France where you said that Hollywood producers kill children and turn them into shoes?
Some kind of shoe skin thing.
Dude, it comes up all of the fucking time, man.
Okay, I heard about this.
People have photoshopped pictures of you into like French radio studios and put like French posters on the wall.
Okay, yes, I have never done a French radio interview in my life.
Homeboy didn't have Twitter till like a week ago. You think he was jumping on French press to talk about like a fucking Hollywood murder scandal?
Yeah, it's like, and I don't speak French, all right?
You guys,
I've been there.
And we've talked about this in the conspiracy episode. A lot of the conspiracies are true, but like we're helping you out. These ones aren't. like believe in the real ones.
Guys, I'm not hiding in plain sight. For real.
You know, like there's no Pizzagate, there's no Illuminati, there's no cloning centers. Like I'm sorry if this is
even if there are, I have nothing to do with it, kids.
I'm sorry if
for
this
real.
is not what you want to hear, or if it is what you want to hear. But
I am
like,
so sorry.
there we go.
I know, like, yeah, it's just like I know this
It's
is
gotta
something.
be a
this
bummer.
Is I know
Yeah.
it's a bummer that, like, yeah, like you guys think this is important to you, and this like kind of like is like starting to define your life. No, like guys,
Like we're helping you out and steering you in another direction.
No, for real. Like honestly, this is not the place to be looking.
This shit might be real, but he doesn't know anything about it.
For real, let's you know what? I'd say take all that energy and put it into Demonsaw.
Yo.
Because you know what?
He might have some answers.
He might have some answers.
He's seen some shit.
Honestly, have you seen him lately?
And guys,
because he looks buff.
And remember, if you're one of those people who think that Mac is just giving you information and like making you pretend it's false, that's one of those. So
yeah,
take that seriously.
See, there you go. See, maybe Demonsaw was hiding in plain sight.
We're joking. This is all an ad for In Plain Sight on ABC. Wednesday. That was the show, right?
Yeah. Wednesdays on ABC.
Sure, maybe.
Yeah.
So that's that. I, on the other hand, have seen the cloning centers. It's fucked up what they do there, and the Illuminati's getting out of control.
How am I looking over there?
That's for another episode. You know, the clones aren't that great of you. It's like multiplicity rules. So they're up to like real stupid clones at this point.
Oh.
That first clone, it was great. His name is Rory Culkin, and he has
he has
a wonderful career.
I was just about to make a joke just like that. You beat me to it. You beat me to it.
I think he's in a lot of movies coming out.
Yeah, he's doing well. He's doing well.
This is from Urug Chic on Twitter wants to know favorite '90s action flick. That's a tough one.
That's a tricky one because I
was an action movie guy. Were you like?
Yeah. No, of course. Like, yeah, that was junk food. That was fantastic. I mean,
I'll still go with the first one I saw. Really, Demolition Man. I have
love
much
that,
love
actually.
for Demolition Man,
and it still holds up actually in a really neat way.
Yeah.
You know, like he doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells.
I was thinking about this like last night in bed. Do you remember do you know the explanation that they have henceforth given on how to use the shells?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So there were 2 shells, right?
Yeah. No, 3.
There were 3. Okay. You're supposed to take 2 of the shells and fucking basically open up your asshole with them, like clamp open your butt with 2 shells.
And then use
the third shell to scoop out your
That's amazing.
detritus. But yeah,
what game was it? It was like Half-Life or one of those kind of ones where like you went into the bathroom
and there were the shells,
and like right like where the toilet paper was supposed to be. There was 3 seashells.
Were you a Half-Life guy?
No, but like I knew that trope.
I loved Half-Life. That fucking give me a crowbar.
Yeah,
Gordon Freeman. I think that was the character's name.
Yeah, it was definitely Freeman.
Teresa S2. We answered that, right?
I didn't. I don't know. Whatever.
90s action flick. Yeah, excuse me.
See, I'm going to say like things that aren't quite 90s. I'm going to say like Big Trouble in China, which isn't.
And not technically an action.
Yeah, it is. It's a total action movie.
It's a action comedy fantasy adventure.
Yeah.
It's an adventure movie.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. That's
okay.
Bloodsport, but I think I'm not sure. That might is that 90? It might be 89.
That counts.
Yeah,
That counts.
I'm kind of like that guy, you know.
I liked Die Hard with a Vengeance a lot.
Yeah, actually, you know
Specifically with a Vengeance.
I shockingly liked that movie a lot. Like that one snuck up on me.
Samuel L. Jackson, it's good, man.
Oh, heck yeah.
And you know what? Much like
Hey, Zeus.
Here's an interesting tidbit about the Die Hard films, and I think I'm right on this. So let's go to the original trilogy because they've made a few more that I have.
You mean the Tridge?
That I'm not, super familiar with. diehard.com and like from Die Hard with Love or whatever. But out of Die Hard 2 and Die Hard with a Vengeance, only Die Hard 2 was written as a Die Hard movie.
Yes.
Die Hard 1 was a random spec script.
No, it's actually based on a book.
It was based on a book,
called The Detective.
And Die Hard 3, you're right. And Die Hard 3 was a spec script called Simon Says.
Ooh.
It was just supposed to be a random...
Which later, that title was used for a Dennis Rodman movie, which was a 90s action movie.
But it was supposed to be, because if you remember, Jeremy Irons played Simon in Die Hard with a Vengeance,
Yes.
and he gave people
And he goes,
clues.
Simon Says.
You know, met a pieman, simple Simon met a pieman going to the fair. Mr. McLean. So yeah, that was supposed to be another script too. So like the Die Hard movies are just like hodgepodged together. They're fun though, man.
Yeah, I didn't watch the last two.
I saw the one with Kevin Smith. That one was fun. I think that was one with Justin Long.
Okay.
That one's okay. The one where he goes to like Russia and his son is the guy or something. I didn't see that one.
Well, it's
I saw a trailer where he like punches a truck and it flips over. They made him into like a superhero.
Well, exactly.
John McClane, which is crazy.
Yeah. Was it Renegade Cut? He does this like weird video about how everyone wants to die hard except for Die Hard. And how Die Hard's about kind of one man in over his head.
He always has a headache and wants to call someone.
Well,
like,
he's in over his head, and he's like got a weakness, and like whether it's his like shoes are gone or whatever, and so like White House Down, that's a Die Hard movie.
Yeah,
like
the real people.
Exactly. Like
I like that movie.
Yeah, Olympia's Has Fallen. Even like those are Die Hard movies.
Shit!
There are so many action movies that are Die Hard movies that are better Die Hard movies than 4 and 5.
I think I like the Fallen ones better than White House Down, which is the one with Gerard Butler and Aaron Eckhart. Those are the Fallen ones, right?
That's Fallen.
Those ones are cool. Olympus Has Fallen and London Has Fallen, and the other one was Jamie Foxx.
Yeah,
that was fun too, actually.
And that was Butler.
No,
the other was Channing Tatum.
Yes.
Channing Tatum. There you go.
See, it's confusing.
Yes, I know. It's like Armageddon and Deep Impact,
or Ants and Bugs Life.
It's the twin movie syndrome.
Volcano Dante's Peak.
Yes.
How many more? I think that's probably about it.
No, this is Towering Inferno and Poseidon Adventure and shit like that.
There's so many tower movies coming out now. That's the new thing again.
Is that where we're going?
The Rock has a skyscraper movie coming out.
Oh, I see. Yeah, we all saw that at the Super Bowl.
The boys from Workaholics have a movie coming out on Netflix that is basically Die Hard with the kids from Workaholics. That looks super fucking funny.
That looks promising.
Tower
that
heists
sounds
are
promising.
back. You know what I mean? The reverse tower heist movie.
Okay.
For a minute we had. This is getting real weird.
Everyone's going up.
For a minute, everyone was going up, and we had like the raid. You had the raid, and you had Dread, and you had movies about people going into towers and having to make it to the top floor. Now we switch back again.
Yeah.
To people having to go from the top floor down.
It's that last Bruce Lee movie. It was like a Game of Death.
Yes,
and
exactly.
it was all about trying to get like
tower heist. Yeah,
it's pretty much it's
a video game.
It's a video game trying to get to the highest level.
And that's where I think Tower Heist comes from. It's the idea of like you just go level.
Well, yeah, I mean that's where all these kind of that's where like Mortal Kombat like kind of things came from. Even the visuals that all came from Game of Death.
I love me some Mortal Kombat, man. I wish someone would ask us a Mortal Kombat question.
Scorpion. And then Raiden, just to answer your guys' question that you didn't ask.
Yes. Scorpion.
I'm always a fan of teleporters.
Scorpion and Reptile for me.
Okay, I'm talking one even.
Okay, then Scorpion. Scorpion Sub-Zero.
Yeah,
I'm not that young. I have the blood code tattooed.
I know. I'm just
Scorpion Sub-Zero.
Okay.
And then eventually Noob Saibot.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I like the ones that teleport and can go up and down, like kind of like just like flash from one, like Shiva or whatever her name was.
Baraka, but I know that doesn't come till later.
No, I know that was 2. I think
that was 2, but Baraka's also like my guy.
Oh yeah,
Baraka and Blanca.
Kieran was a big Baraka.
I was Baraka, and then
Baraka and Blanca, for Street Fighter.
I was like into claw dudes, you know.
I was always
monsters.
Like,
monsters.
I was always like Voldo in like Yoshimitsu and Raiden, like anyone that could like teleport or like just like had weird stances. I forget the drunken boxer from the later Mortal Kombats.
Oh, from Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter?
Mortal Kombats.
The problem is they all bleed together because there's a drunken boxer in Tekken, a drunken fighter in Tekken too.
Yeah, but no, I was actually like I'm not usually good at fighting games online. I was wrecking some shop, and all I needed was like 2 buttons, and it was really, really retarded.
Button mashers are the best, bro.
Yeah, it was the really hard word.
Liz Cervantes on Facebook wants to know if you could be any cereal, what would you be? And then if you could be any cereal with an S, what would you be?
You know, I actually would probably pick, if I had to be a cereal, I'd probably pick grape nuts because those are terrible and nobody should eat them, and I don't want to be eaten.
You don't get eaten, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll pick an expired box of like fucking Mr. T cereal.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
That like you won't dare eat that because it's a collector's item or something.
Exactly. Yeah, but do you want to be sitting on a shelf the whole time? I mean,
or do you want to be eaten?
Just
as cereal, is your mission in life to be eaten?
Well, see, okay, it's you as a piece of cereal or as a collective box of cereal.
Would I rather be digested and turned into shit?
Well, how about this? Like your life ends as soon as that box of cereal is
I'll sit
done.
on that shelf forever, man. And
Really?
Just observe all of human history like Uatu.
Yeah, but imagine observing your human history. So, like, you're sitting here, and it's like you and your freaking dog, and you jacking off on the couch.
Oh,
and
it's
shit
a
like
piece of me gets transferred into the
No,
cereal?
you are cereal, and you're sitting in Mr. T box, like sitting on a shelf, like looking down.
What's my other option? Dying?
Yeah, being completely.
Would I
eaten.
rather just be mercy killed immediately?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm like. That's
like
why
a-
that's why I might be changing my vote.
Hey, Mac, I think we just wrote a Black Mirror episode.
I know, right? So is this what a Black Mirror writer's room
Black
looks
Mirror
like?
is like a few shots of whiskey and a half.
And then, like somebody say a word. Cereal.
Cadbury
All right, here we
caramello.
go.
How do we make that terrifying and internety? You're done. You're in the show. And then in terms of cereal with an S, I'll go Cereal the podcast. Very popular podcast.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Gosh. I'll go Jack the Ripper.
Okay, you're going Serial Killer.
I'm going
I also
Serial
like
Killer.
The Green Mile, which was a serial. They released that serialized.
Yeah, no, I'm still gonna
Or hey,
kill prostitutes at the turn of the century.
that classic
you know?
Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Turn of the century.
Yeah.
Killed a bunch of prostitutes.
Yeah.
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 Shout out to Jack the Ripper.
I like how happy my first yeah was like, yeah.
Shout out to Jack the Ripper.
If you're listening, hey, what's up?
Tommy Hero Iverson Linamo on Facebook asks, Mac and Matt, have you considered filming the podcast for YouTube content?
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
Yes.
The answer is yes. We're going to. We might even have done it at this point. Who knows?
I know.
We might do a Facebook Live. We might put up video of a live show. We might do a live show with an audience.
We are thoroughly uninteresting looking, but
Nothing happens visually. One guy was like, put it up visually so I can tell who's talking. And to that guy, I say, I'll go fuck yourself, but thanks for listening.
yeah, you lisp, but I stutter.
Exactly. I'm the guy with the lisp who wasn't in Home Alone. He's the Home Alone kid with the stutter, so it's easy.
It's really easy
It's
at
easy
this
to
point.
figure out. But yeah, we definitely want to do release video components. People seem to be asking for them, and
Yeah.
just kind of.
Well, we're building our empire like one brick at a time.
And speaking of that, folks, as always, go check out bunnyears.com because that is the home of the empire, and we've got our YouTube and our podcast, of course, and all the things happening.
Yeah, fantastic articles. The podcast there. We have an annotated version of it over there. We're probably gonna have videos up. Probably by
very
the time
soon.
this is up.
By the time this is up, we're gonna be having.
We have a whole network of contributors.
got-
We've actually been playing it all close to the vest lately, but we're gonna be the dam is bursting. It's gonna be fantastic.
There's some stuff. So thanks for being here with us on the ground floor, you lucky so's and so's.
Yeah, you jerks.
You can be like those people who were like, I saw the Beatles play at the club in Hamburg or whatever.
Yeah, I saw the Talking Heads in the B-52 in 1982.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, really? I saw Bruce Springsteen play at my cousin's bachelor party.
Oh my God, that's so weird. Because Bruce Springfield is my cousin.
Bruce Springfield.
Yeah.
Is he related to Bruce Springsteen?
Yeah, he's like Rick Springfield's brother named Bruce.
So yeah, you were here first, and keep it tuned, and thank you for coming. And the only way we could do this episode was thanks to the Warren on social.
Thanks for asking us questions.
For asking us some cool questions.
We'll do more of these too.
Yeah, and if you ever want to just ask us rando questions just to be answered in the moment, we might do that. And the place you could do that is, for me, it's at Camel Toad on all the things. Culkin over here, your Incredible Culk on Instagram. Excuse me, your Incredible Culk on Twitter.
Yeah, and I'm the Culkamania
on Instagram. And the pod is Bunny Ears Pod on Twitter and podcast on Insta. And again, go to bunnyears.com. All of this info is there. It's stupid that we even tell you it. Just go to bunnyears.com.
Just go there.
But you should call us, Warren, and our number is 845-393-4629. That's 845-EZE-HOAX. Leave us a voicemail. We play voicemails at the end of the show. That was a quick plug thing. We're getting good at this.
Not so bad.
We're getting good at this.
Yeah, exactly. It was actually pretty seamless, too.
Can I cue you and A? How do we end this show, Mac?
Trying to suck too many dicks, and if you do, send pics.
Go suck some dicks.
Suck some dicks.
Really, in like a questioning way.
Yeah. Theme song.
Find me, gag me, take me to the bunny ranch.
I just want to be played so bad on the podcast. Please let me be one of your people.
For God's sake, you guys, quit saying you don't know what the name of the clock game is. It was either Brecken or Seth, one of the two, called it Clockwise. That's a genius fucking name. Use it. Love you, bye.
Hey, what up, Bunny Ears Pod? This is Caleb from Jacksonville, Florida. I stepped out of my office building because I had to fart, and I really wanted to just talk to someone. So, thanks for making the pod. Would love to come to New York, but I'm stuck in Florida, which is cool because we're just fighting alligators all day. You know how it is. But yeah, y'all be good. Peace.
You are freaking lumberjack!